Hello, Julie here, and today I'm going to share with you a layout I created for the October Cybercrop at Mystical Scrapbooks. The challenge this month is to all about yourself. So for this challenge you have to scrap your favourite thing to do, and in my case it's holidaying, and you also have to use chipboard on your layout. So I haven't really got a layout in mind yet, but I am going to use these two photos that were taken when we went to Kangaroo Island for a holiday, and I'm going to also use the 49 & Market Curator's Botanical range. Now I've got the rub-ons and I've got pattern papers, so somewhere along the line I'm going to use those on my layout. As I said, I haven't worked out exactly what my layout looks like at this stage. As I said earlier, part of the challenge is you have to use chipboard on your layout, and I'm going to use this Memory Maze Junky frame and arrows chipboard on mine. Sorry about the glare from all the packaging. So because my photo's of the beach, I wanted to use some of this natural textured acrylic paint on my frame. It sort of looks like sand, and that's why I wanted to use it. It's a creamy colour, which I would have preferred white, but cream's fine. So now to apply that to my chipboard, I'm just going to use a stiff bristle brush and pounce that up and down so I'm getting even more texture. This paint, you probably can't get it these days. This paint would have to be 30 years old from my ceramic days. And look, I just love these Duncan paints. They have lasted all of that time and they're still easily workable. I did give it a good stir up before I started because some of the sand, of course, had settled down to the bottom, and I'm pretty sure it's only sand that's in it, so you could make your own. But anyway, I'm going to give this frame 2 coats of that, and I'm going to let it dry between each coat. And you can see here I get a nice textured finish to my frame. I wanted a colour for the background of this layout, and there wasn't one in the 49 & Market paper, so I'm using this pink paisley paper. It's from the Indigo and Ivory collection, and it's variegated greens. So I'm just trimming the barcode off of that, and that will be my background. I used my scan and cut to cut a scalloped circle from this Stamperia paper. It's SBB 871, and so I'm going to use that on my layout and mix that in with my 49 & Market papers as well. I tried both sides of the pattern paper for the background but decided to stick with the greeny coloured one, and now I'm just having a bit of a play around trying to think about where things are going to go on my page. So now I'm going to start on the 49 & Market papers. To start with, I'm going to use the garden clippings, and I'm going to cut a piece that is 3 inches by 11 inches from that cardstock. And then from the paper called Botanical Records, I'm going to cut one piece that is 9 inches by 1.5 inches and another piece that is 10.5 by 2 3/4. Because of the design of these papers, you can cut 2 strips from the same paper pattern and it looks completely different because different sections of the paper have got different patterns on them, so it looks like 2 completely different papers. I'm going to play around with the positioning now of my papers, and once I've decided where I'm going to put everything, I'm going to use my Versacolor black ink cube to ink the edges of all of the pattern papers. So I've got all of my papers inked, and I've had a slight change of heart with the pattern papers. I've turned one of them over, that one that's a light grey colour. So now I'm just going to attach those to my background. I'm going to use double-sided tape to do that, and Well, I actually attach this first strip and I don't get it straight, so I have to peel it up and start again. But trials and tribulations of a scrapbooker, eh? So I use my T-ruler to get them straight the second time I apply them. Now all my pattern papers are in place, I'm going to use my art glitter glue to attach my chipboard. I'm going to put it on a slight angle. I'm not going to set it completely square. I've used an emery board to file around my photos, and now I'm going to attach one overlapping the other. Now there is a whale skeleton in that bottom photo, but there's a lot of space at the top of the photo that really doesn't need to be there, so I'm going to cover some of that up so that the photos fit better within my frame. I learnt my lesson with my papers, and I'm going to use my T-ruler to make sure I get my photos layered on top of each other completely square. I've cut a piece of cardboard box up, and I'm going to use my liquid glue to attach that to the back of my photos. And then I'll use the same glue to attach the photos to the layout. Now I'm having a title and a subtitle on this page, and I'm doing my main title with the Craft DD700 alphabet uppercase die, and the subtitle is with the Sizzix 662667 alphabet. I've cut them both from black cardstock. So the main title says Kangaroo Island and the subtitle says Seal Bay. I'm going to use my reverse tweezers, my liquid glue, to add those to my layout. I'm going to put the main title underneath the photos and Seal Bay to the left of the photos. So there we have them both stuck in place. I'm using my black food ball pen to draw a double scribbly border around my page. I just can't seem to finish a page without either a scribbly border or a cardstock frame around it. I don't know why that is, but to me it just seems to finish the layout off. My favourite thing to do at the moment with my titles is to add a coat of Glossy Accents. This gives the title a nice rounded shine and makes them look three-dimensional and helps them to stand out from the background. So that's my layout for today. In the description box you will find a link to the challenge at Mystical Scrapbooks or the Cybercrop. Pop over and check it out. They have great prizes. I can't remember whether there's one prize or two prizes. There's several prizes over the whole month for the challenges, and they have bingo and all sorts of things with the Cybercrop. So check it out. The link will be below. Also, I will put a link to the Mystical Scrapbook shop, and you will find most of the products that I've used today in the shop. And yeah, well, thank you for watching my video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you'll join me when I post my next video. Thank you. Bye.